you're wrong. I think it's time for another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think? All right, turn your listening ears on. Catch a bubble in your mouth. Good job. Okay, here's the thing. Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking, or wakes up early in the morning, or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic. Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals, that's fatphobic. Just like lumping all black people in one group and saying, I don't like black people is racist. And lumping all disabled people in one group and saying, I don't think people in wheelchairs are hot is ableist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Look at the condescension, fellas. The pre-kick tone. This is the peak of female entitlement. She's trying to moralize attraction because she knows she can't compete in a free marketplace of desire. Listen closely. You cannot negotiate genuine desire. You don't owe her or anyone your attraction as a form of social justice. This isn't activism. It's a desperate attempt to shame you into lowering your standards. Don't let the gaslighting win. Your preferences are yours, and they are non-negotiable. Stay sharp.
Who's more physically attractive, Brad Pitt or Donald Trump?
I don't think either of them are attractive.
I'm straight, and I know who's
You're
more
the
physically
last.
attractive.
Donald Trump, Brad Pitt.
I don't think she answered.
Am I supposed to answer
Yes.
if Donald Trump is attractive?
You could just be good faith and just answer the question.
Okay, would you like me to say that Brad Pitt fits the Western
It's not
beauty
what
standard?
it's not what I would like you to say. It's what I'm asking
It
you.
feels
What you
like you're waiting for me to say something very specific, and that's why I feel like I'm at a
Yeah,
loss.
yeah,
right
So,
now.
so you're
Brad
saying,
Pitt-
are you saying that you don't have the mental capacity to make a determination right here and right now who is more physically attractive, Brad Pitt or Donald Trump? That's the question. You need not belabor the point any further. Just answer the questions.
I just said that Brad Pitt adheres to the Western beauty standard.
That's not really what
yeah.
she said. She said, are you wanting me to answer in this way? I want you to
Verbatim?
just say the truth.
I did say according to the Western
Verbatim,
beauty standard.
she
No, you
Verbatim.
did.
That.
The question is, who do you find more attractive? And when you say Brad Pitt fits the Western beauty standard, that's not answering the question. That's dancing around the question.
A simple question, Brad Pitt or Donald Trump? And she's literally short-circuiting. Why? Because she's so terrified of being objective that she has to retreat into word salad and social theories. She knows the answer, you know the answer, but she'd rather play the victim than give a straight response. Gentlemen, this is the face of modern delusion. They can't even admit to basic reality because it doesn't fit their narrative. Stop wasting your energy trying to find logic in a place where only ego exists. Don't let this nonsense gaslight your common sense.
Siri, why am I single?
Maybe if you'd stop being a stupid bitch and reply to the people that actually show interest in you instead of chasing someone that you know.
She's laughing because it's a joke, but she's choking because it's the truth.
And I think the other thing as well is that women back then were more loyal than they are now, because women back then understood like duty overrode everything, versus nowadays women get married more for like, you know, to say I'm married for the wedding, for the occasion, and then they also get married for happiness, right? And that's like one of the biggest things is that women get married for happiness, which is why if they don't feel happy, they end the relationship and they're more likely to end the divorce.
Pause it right there. Did you hear that? Happiness over duty. That's the death knell of the modern family, fellas. Your grandfathers didn't marry a mood, they married a partner. They built empires on loyalty and sacrifice. But today, marriage has been downgraded from a sacred covenant to a temporary subscription. She doesn't want a life with you. She wants the wedding, the pictures, and the validation. And the moment those feelings fade, the moment things get real, she's out the door looking for her next hit of dopamine. Stop building your house on the sand of her emotions. They traded till death do us part for until I'm bored. Stay sharp, stay focused, and never forget, a man's value is built, a woman's loyalty is now rented. Let's keep going.
Question. You ever hear women ask why don't men want to get married anymore?
Is it just me, or you be talking to somebody or even dating somebody, right? And be so in love, like just love this motherfucker. See absolutely no wrong in them, just love them. Then one day you're just like, I don't like you no more. We could be having a good day. And I just be like, I don't like you no more. I don't like the person you are. I don't like the way you move. I don't like the way you think. I just don't like you. So I want to leave. Just like that. Like, I want to go. I don't want to talk anymore. Is that just me?
And there it is, fellas. The cold, hard truth, straight from the source. You can be at your absolute best, providing, leading, and doing everything right, and it still doesn't matter. Why? Because her loyalty isn't tied to your character. It's tied to a feeling that can evaporate before breakfast for no reason at all. This is the security they offer you in exchange for your life's work, your assets, and your peace of mind. If she can flip a switch and delete you that fast, why are you still handing her the keys to your kingdom?
Does any other woman who dates and deals with men wake up on a Sunday morning and be like, oh fuck, I'm the problem? Because that's me today. I realize that I am the issue. I called a guy at 2 a.m. last night, told him to come over. Okay, all right. He's a roster member. I call him Little Chico, and I do in fact call him that to his face. What are you gonna do? Anyways, all right, Nicole. And he said when he was leaving, looking forward to the next 2 a.m. call. And I go, oh fuck. Oh. Wow. And last night I also gave my number to a bartender on my receipt. And he texted me, hey, how you doing? What's up? Okay. Nicole, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. I'm like, as a girl who complains about fuckboys a lot, I'm like, I think I'm the issue. I'm the fuck girl. Oh my God. So I guess next steps are, do I do something about it? I just don't really have time right now. Like I'm a little stressed and that's fine, but I just don't really have time to date. I don't know. So that's why I'm like, do I just keep fucking around and just doing this shit? I don't know. Also last night was a night where I was like, oh, I'm not going out. Obviously I end up out. So yeah, I realize I'm the problem and probably gonna keep going.
The mask finally slipped, but did you catch the most important part? She knows she's the problem. She knows she's toxic, and yet she's just going to keep fucking around because it's easier than having actual accountability. She complains about fucking boys while keeping a roster and handing out her number like candy. It's all a game of attention, and you're just a pawn in her Sunday morning hangover. Don't be the 2 a.m. call, and don't be the roster guy. Your time, your peace, and your purpose are worth more than being a backup option for someone who doesn't even respect herself. They'll tell you exactly who they are. You just have to be man enough to believe them the first time.
The most eye-opening thing I ever learned about men was from my college human sexuality class, where the professor told us that men don't actually like women. Not all men. Sure, but hang in. He said that the way that our society socializes boys to, quote, become men is not to tell them how to be men. It's just to teach them how to not be women. Don't cry, be a man. Don't be a pussy, be a man. Don't be weak, be a man. Don't be sensitive, be a man. Don't like those things. Those are girl things. And the tool we use to do that kind of socializing, to steer them away from feminine things, is shame. And you just can't go your whole life being told that the worst thing you could do is be like a woman and expect to actually like women at the end of that. But they are also taught that their sexual attractiveness to women and their ability to get women is a status symbol in front of other men. So they will sexually pursue women, but they don't actually like them as people. This is how patriarchal masculinity socializes men, and why shame, violence, and disgust are so intricately linked.
See this? This is the ultimate gaslighting. They've spent years deconstructing masculinity, and now they want to tell you that your very nature is a form of hatred. They don't want you to be a man. They want you to be a controllable version of themselves. We don't hate women. We're just tired of the games, the entitlement, and the constant shaming of who we are. Brothers, don't let them redefine your strength as a flaw. And never apologize for being a man.
So I'm not going to pretend I have any answers for this male loneliness epidemic thing going on, because I feel like it's a complex issue, and also some of those guys, it is their fault, and then others it's not. But something I've always found really interesting is that in platonic female friendships, women are very strongly encouraged to give each other a lot of both emotional and physical love and support. And I'm not saying that every woman has friends like that and no men have friends like that. I'm just talking about like what's generally encouraged by society. During the time periods in my life where I've been single, at least as an adult, I've never felt lonely or alone, and never felt a rush to get into a relationship because I have a lot of physical and emotional love and support from my female friends around me. I get a lot of hugs, I get a lot of compliments, I get a lot of like, you are important to me and I value you in my life, let's spend time together, etc. But I was talking to a male friend about this recently, and he was saying that the last time that he got like a genuine hug from a man was when he was like 12. And so the only real, genuine physical contact that he ever gets is if he's either hooking up with or in a relationship with a woman. And ironically, the guys I know who do treat their friendships like that are often made fun of for being feminine. Again, I'm not presenting this as like an answer to a problem or something, it's just something relevant that I've been thinking about.
She talks about male loneliness like it's a lack of hugs, but she'll never understand the weight of being a man in a world that only values you for what you provide. While they enjoy a safety net of constant validation and emotional support, you're out there in the cold, expected to perform without a single hand on your shoulder. Brothers, stop looking for empathy in a place that has none for you. They see your struggle as a complex issue to analyze, while you live it every damn day. Don't wait for society to start caring. It won't.
I find it really interesting that men say stuff like this and then in the same breath complain about how the penal system isn't fair to men, or how family courts aren't fair to men, or how male victims don't have a lot of recognition or mental health resources. Like, who did that?
See that smirk? That's what they really think of you. You built the very world she stands on, and she has the audacity to weaponize your suffering just to silence you. Stop seeking validation from the enemy. Gents, start building for yourself. Keep your head up.
Ladies, here's the thing. We want men to be husbands. We want the rings and the things. But family, we cannot advocate for marriage without addressing the full picture, the elephant in the room. Women aren't bred to be wives today. Past generations have raised us up to pursue a career. Forget the man. He's an afterthought. Because when the man act up, you have an out, that degree that you can fall back on. And now, family, we have women who have been bred to be more of a husband than a wife. Let's keep it real. What is society teaching us? Look at the propaganda. Look at the social media. We can't continue to come at men for their lack of commitment, but not also state the obvious. There's a shortage of women worth making long-term or lifelong commitments to. We aren't training up wives. We're training up hypersexual, petty, money-hungry, cannot take any accountability, insecure, immature, women that can't even cover a pot, let alone a man. Women with the mentality that anything goes as long as I'm making $1 from it. Hyper-independent, attention-seeking, career-obsessed, not nurturing, selfish, girlfriend at best women. We want men to lock things down. And I agree, men should. But we gotta give them something worth committing to. And our media isn't pushing that agenda. It's keeping us single. So family, ladies, stop buying the lies of culture. That's what's keeping us single. Let us start focus on becoming the wife that God has created you to be.
Boom! There it is, fellas. Even they are starting to wake up and see the wreckage. You aren't crazy and you aren't afraid of commitment. You're simply refusing to settle for a boss babe who offers zero peace and expects a ring for doing the bare minimum. Men aren't dodging marriage. We're dodging the headache of a modern culture that forgot how to nurture. Until the value matches the demand, stay focused on yourself, keep your peace, and never settle for a liability disguised as a partner. The truth hurts, but it's the only thing that'll set you free.
What is a woman?
A woman is somebody who presents as our social conception of womanhood.
So Pixie, just can you answer that question without using the word woman or womanhood?
It's because basically it would be a functional definition. So as a society, we have an understanding of what woman is. I didn't check your chromosomes before coming in here and calling you a man, and you didn't check my chromosomes before coming in here.
Or genitals.
Or genitals, calling me a woman.
So first of all, you can't give me a definition without using the word woman. Can you give me an objective, a functional, utilitarian, any sort of biological definition of what a woman is? Because how can we debate feminism if we can't agree what a woman is?
I would define it only slightly differently, which is that it's a person who performs a set of social roles that are typically associated with feminine characteristics.
Do you think anyone can become a woman?
Yep.
Okay, so then at what point do they become a woman?
It will depend on where they are in their gender transition for the most part.
Does it require drugs to become a woman?
No.
Personally, I think it's a mindset. It's a spiritual energy. It's the vibe that you give off.
We've officially reached peak delusion. A vibe? Spiritual energy? We are watching the literal collapse of objective truth in real time. If she can't even define what she is without using a word salad, how can you ever expect her to respect who you are? They've traded biology for feelings because feelings don't require accountability. Don't let the gaslighting win. Biology isn't a mindset, it's reality.